Speedrunning Minecraft. When you think of it, you probably imagine trading with piglins and bastions, killing blazes and fortresses, and then one-cycling the dragon. This would be typical for a 1.16 plus run, however, there are several other categories. One of these categories is pre-1.9, or every version before 1.9. Up until a few weeks ago, the record was held by Nieuh with a time of 17:13. Despite this record being insanely fast, it was contested by several people like Spinnaker with a time of 17:41 or Max with a time of 17:26. On September 26th, all of this changed. Hello everyone and welcome back to another video. Today we're going to be analyzing Nieuh's new pre-1.9 world record. Yeah, that's right, Nieuh broke his own record. Regardless, this record of 15:14 obliterated his old record by a full minute and a half and could have been even faster. If you want to check out Nieuh, I will link his channel in the description. He's definitely one of, if not the best pre-1.9 speedrunners, and I would highly recommend checking him out. Aside from that, thank you to everyone who subscribed recently. We hit 275 subscribers a few days ago, which is insane. We're actually almost at 300, which is crazy. Without further ado, let's get into the video. Nieuh starts the run in a desert, which is standard for pre-1.9 runs. A village and desert temple are instantly seen and Nieuh runs towards them. In the village, he finds 11 gold, 8 iron, and 3 emeralds. Nieuh crafts tools and runs to the village. On his way to the village, Nieuh places and breaks a boat several times. This is done because if an entity is hit while sprinting, the player will lose hunger much slower until they stop sprinting. The strategy was found by a speedrunner known as Eliotex. Once Nieuh reaches a village, he grabs carrots for food and loots a blacksmith for an iron pick and more food. After decimating 2 libraries, Nieuh trades with the librarian and captivates it in a hole. He finds the cleric and does the same. The strategy Nieuh is doing is called trading strats. The runner will trade with the cleric for Eyes of Ender. If you were around before 1.16, you may remember a similar strategy for 1.14 and 1.15. In these versions, the cleric would only give you an Ender Pearl. However, in every version before 1.9, the cleric will give you an Eye of Ender, removing the necessity of going to the Nether. The cleric will trade the Eye of Ender for between 7 and 11 emeralds. This is decided randomly. To get all the emeralds to do this, the runner will sell village crops, gold from the temple, or paper made from previously acquired sugarcane, then buy 1 eye. After this, the runner will use the eye to locate the stronghold, find the stronghold's library, and destroy it. They will run back to the village and trade the books from the destroyed library to the librarian to get the rest of the needed emeralds. Fortunately, Nieuh only has to pay 7 emeralds for his eyes. He buys one and immediately uses Contaria Calc, a stronghold portal room calculator, to find the exact location of the stronghold. Unfortunately, unlike other calculators, this requires the runner to type out the values instead of using F3 plus C to do it automatically. Luckily, the stronghold is only 85 blocks away, and Nieuh begins to dig down at 6 minutes and 15 seconds. He leaves the boat at the top of his hole. At 6:45, Nieuh falls into the center of the portal room and sees that there are already 3 eyes in the frame. This only has an 8.52% chance of happening. After breaking the spawner, Nieuh locates the library and begins destroying it. At around 10 minutes, Nieuh exits the library and runs back to the portal room. Once there, he does something insane. You may have heard of TNT jumping in a Hypixel Bed Wars, but have you heard about them in speedruns? Well, Nieuh just did that. He placed 6 TNT, lit them with a pressure plate, then blocked his sword and waited. Once within range, Nieuh clicked on the boat and got into it to avoid fall damage. When I saw this, I couldn't believe what I was seeing. This also shaved off a good amount of time because he didn't have to build up and then he wouldn't have had to dig down when he went back to the portal room. At 11:10, the trading begins and Nieuh is able to get several trades before inevitably having to buy glass. Finally, a little before 12 minutes, the last 8 eyes are acquired and Nieuh runs back to the stronghold. At 12:46, Nieuh enters the end on insane pace. Nieuh immediately aggroes several endermen and uses his remaining TNT to kill them all at once. Unfortunately, the dragon doesn't charge him until 13:45, however Nieuh gets a ton of damage off. The next charge is rushed and Nieuh doesn't get significant damage. The next charge also unfortunately ends with no damage as the dragon breaks the bed before it can be detonated. The dragon's 4th charge gets a large amount of damage off, and had the dragon not broken the bed, this run could have ended right here with an insane time of 14:37. To put this to perspective, the second place time of 17:26 would be 3 minutes slower than this time. That would be cutting off over 17% of the run. Sadly, this doesn't happen, but it just goes to show how good of a runner Nieuh is and stretches the limitations of the game. The dragon charges again at 15:15 with about a quarter of its health left. While a bed doing this much damage would be difficult, it is very possible. The bed goes off, and the dragon HP is at almost 0. Nieuh is only a few damage away from decimating the category. His chat is going wild. Nieuh builds up a tower. The dragon flies towards him. The dragon flies away. But then suddenly it is coming back. Nieuh places a block. The dragon is getting closer. Everything comes down to this.
What the fuck? This fucking category is over, finally. Yeah, never touching his shit again.
Nieuh finished the run with an insane time of 15:54, beating his own record by 1 minute and 19 seconds and beating the next fastest time by 1 minute and 32 seconds. I would again like to recommend you check out Nieuh's channel and Twitch. Aside from that, thank you so much for watching to this point. I really appreciate it, and I'll see you in the next video.